I'm so tired of the attacks, bro. I'm not even my own self now. I haven't been doing something because I can feel it and it's annoying. I don't know what I'm saying that's causing so much ruckus that people don't want to hear, but don't know. Honestly, I don't care. Regardless, I'm going to speak my truth. And even though I feel like shit, and shit is moving too slow, not moving fast enough for me, shit is just not right now. Shit has not been right, and I'm pissed the fuck off. Because at the end of the day, I don't do shit to nobody. But I'm going to get the floor. As many of you already know, Kemet means black land. New Kemet means new black land. Spirituality is a balance between dark and light. And there are different ways that back in the days, ancient days, that people responded to negativity from outer sources as well as people's circumstances or just life in general, as well as inner sources, thoughts, beliefs, depression, fears, self-talk, self-doubt. Here are the ancient responses of negativity, aka how you deal with negativity on a daily basis. Number one, speak truthfully. Speak truthfully. Number one, identify the problem. What is making you feel this negative energy? What's around you that you think is bouncing off of and coming to you? Do you feel being sent by people, places, or things? Is it the environment which you live in? You need to identify the problem. And most importantly, speak truthfully to yourself, if not anyone. Because if you're not truthful to yourself, how can you be truthful to anyone else? Number two, practice self-discipline. Self-discipline are a lot of things. That means keeping a ritual, to-do list, making promises to yourself and keeping them, showing up for yourself. Self-love is a big one. Self-growth. A lot of things pertaining to self. I see white and red NASCAR talking, race line. That man gets on. If not, who fucking cares? Regardless of the fact, stay true to yourself and practice self-discipline. A routine, especially when you don't have any obligations, will help a lot. I'm not gonna lie, this morning I was supposed to do my push-up class, but I don't know if it's gonna change with me. I cannot deal since I left that job. I cannot deal with negative people, places, or things. And something told me not to go to that class, and I did anyway, and I immediately clicked off. When I first came into class, meanwhile it's 8 o'clock a.m. Why are you screaming at the top of your lungs? Like we're not trying to get our ocean dirty. Why are you being negative? Not only being negative, being obnoxious and ignorant. I can't deal with that anymore. I dealt with it my whole life. I came to this ocean class to be talked to by this instructor, not be yelled at. Not saying she was yelling at me, but just the energy was off. Why are you hollering over stupid shit at what, 8 o'clock in the morning when I'm supposed to be learning construction? And I feel like I cannot learn around toxic people. I don't want to be around toxic people. I want good vibes only. If I sign up for something, why do I have to sign up for other people's bullshit? Why can't I just sign up for the thing I'm signing up for? I woke up early. I did everything. I was pissed about that. Why couldn't I just have an instructor teaching me? Why do I have to hear the nonsense of other people? I immediately clicked off and I'm pissed off because, like, bro, I can't deal with them. And I don't care. So I'm able to build myself up and I'm in a better position. Anything toxic, anything negative, I'm cutting the head off immediately. I don't want to hear explanations. don't get it right at all. Moving along. Number 3, is your responses to negativity. Respect yourself and others. And this is something that a lot of people lack. A lot of people lack respect for themselves, and a lot of people lack respect for other people's boundaries, other people's thoughts, other people's opinions. They lack respect for themselves, and it shows. Because why are you taking over a class when you're not the instructor? We don't want to see or hear the nonsense. You lack respect for other people, and it shows. So, again, another way to practice responses. Speak truthfully, practice self-discipline, respect yourself and others, pursue justice. If you know someone's mistreating you, if you know something's not right, always try to go for a higher power or a higher achievement, the highest position, and let them hear your side. Because no matter what you do, let's say you go back to the people that started the negativity, they're going to deflect, and if not, they're going to purposely misunderstand you. So instead of arguing back and forth with a fucking mirror, why don't you go to someone of higher authority and let them hear their side out? And not only let them hear their side out, let them decide who's right, who's wrong, and what we can do moving forward. All right. Number 5, maintain spiritual cleanliness. Reflection and ritual. Like I said, ties into number 2, practice self-care. Your self-care rituals, your routine, prayer, reflection, journaling, meditation. These are all different types of self-discipline and responses to negativity, inner and outer. Right. Here are some ancient practices. I will have some examples. Morning gratitude, morning prayer, honest self-assessment, acts of service for others. Because believe it or not, when you do something every day to help at least one other person wake up feeling better and lighter. Aria, where you at? Hello? Aria! Where you at? Sit down, bud. Pay attention. Study of wisdom and traditions, especially if you're in a certain culture, but we're not talking about your culture. Like I said, one family themselves, once you decide to be kinetic, you decide that you want to practice in the lifestyle of being a true kinetic person, especially in that. So study of wisdom and traditions, making up traditions, and most importantly, try to keep your vibe as high as possible. Right now, I'm in the middle ground. I'm in between light and dark. I'm aware of my darkness, but I'm not fully moving in the light. If that makes any sense. And I don't know what I'm going to do to get out of here. I'm trying to trust the universe, but then I'm moving fast enough every day. I'm telling these people above me, begging like they own the place, like I'm in their house. If this was their house, I would not be here. I promise you. But apparently, everyone thinks they can just come and do shit to me. It is okay. All right, whatever. Cool. I'm trying to stay positive. I'm trying to deal with this. Like I said, I don't know if you follow me or subscribe to. I mean, status. I feel like shit. I was even going to do this live, but I realized that if I didn't do this live, I'll be giving them what they want. So I can't do that. All right, moving on. Negativity isn't defeated by opposing, but by cultivating order, truth, wisdom, and justice. As I said before, you cannot defeat negativity by being negative. You cannot defeat negativity by walling in it. You cannot defeat negativity by feeding them negativity. You can defeat negativity by wisdom, truth, speaking your truth, as well as cultivating order in your life and seeking justice. Those are the big things that help you defeating negative energies, negative spirits, broken spirits, manipulative spirits, and other people. Because a lot of people don't believe that spirits jump from body to body. But let me tell you something. My whole life, I've been dealing with the same broken spirit, the same manipulative spirit, the same jealous enemy spirit that goes from body to body, no matter where I go. It's the point where I don't even feel comfortable with a certain energy. Who knows when that spirit's going to attach to somebody else's body. And energy of bullshit over it. Like, I can't make this shit up. I really can't. I'm going to make a whole video of my experiences working or being around other people. It's to the point where I don't even want my daughter in regular school because of the way these spirits are doing kids, harassing her. She's a fucking kid. They try to beat you down, they try to make stuff that doesn't make sense. If 2 and 2 is not equal to 4, why would it make sense? How would it make sense? It doesn't make sense. That's the problem. And when you question authority, when you question things that doesn't make sense, when you don't just comply, they have a problem with that. But you're not here for that. We got 2 sparrows we're going to go through today as well. Sparrow 7, should be the 3rd. He's just get a little bit. Alright, picture. And it will not come that recording, of course. Very big ears. Hopefully they exaggerated. It's not. Easy. He was a powerful warrior pharaoh. He had a lot of military inventions and weapons. Anyways, he had a lot of military inventions. He reformed bureaucracy. He built a huge border fortress along the Nile. He was later, after he died, he was worshipped as a deity. He had his own temple he could go to and kneel for guidance. He also used mud bricks to build grave robbers. Back in the days, in old Testament, they used to be a lot of grave robbers. Because when you're buried or mummified, your tomb has all of your personal belongings, like your necklaces, your crowns, your gold, other meaningful stuff that you had throughout the years of you living was buried, should be with you. But if it wasn't buried, it was put in monuments or your family just had it. So, but a lot of people took and made sure that their special belongings was buried with them in these tombs. And these grave robbers would come after they buried, not too fresh. They would go open the tomb and steal all the gold and jewelry and other pieces. So, since for the 3rd, it's like we're not stealing that anymore. And so when we do the tombs, we're not only going to have passageways, hidden doors, like if you see it back in the old ancient Egypt stuff that they depict nowadays. They had tombs, like not tombs, they had like secret doors, so people would say. Doors that, you would think is a regular wall, you just push one in and it slides and takes you to another place. They had those, they had labyrinths. Labyrinths was like tunnels that leads to the tombs under pyramids or under palaces and temples. And they did these different techniques to throw off grave robbers. Grave robbers were threatened. There's always thieves. Always was thieves, even their own kind. And they didn't back then they didn't have like cameras and stuff like that. So they couldn't identify who was a grave robber and who wasn't. So the only thing they could do was create these secret entrances, create these mud brick layers, 2 of the things so they could throw off the grave robber so they can't go in your tomb and actually steal everything that you have. Yeah, and the border fortress, I'm gonna see if I can get images of the border fortress. So you guys have an idea, because this is something we're gonna implement to. Give me a second. It looks like the Grand Canyon, don't you see? These are what border fortresses are. Looks a lot like the Grand Canyon. There's mud bricks. It's hard to climb as well. I did that purposely. And this is to secure, and not only secure the tomb, it's to throw off the grave robbers. And they have tunnels. I know you guys seen a whole bunch of discoveries of how they went to Egypt and looked under these pyramids, and they have these tunnels with a rope about a few miles wide. It goes deep under, and they found these mummies, tombs, grades and all this other junk. Oh wow, they're having a construction hall being built right here. So it looks like one of the fortresses I was talking about. But you know, let me stay on the task. I'm sorry. Now you ask, what did Caesar learn and how can all of that be implemented into New Kemet? He also focused on training and democracy rights and violence, even though he was the one that incorporated all these new racial weapons. He also had border policies for the fortresses that you just seen not too long ago, as well as security policies to protect the borders of the system, to protect the land of the community. He had admin reforms. He had centralizing power committees. It reduced the influence of regional nobility. Instead of having like a certain region, every city has their own thing. It was basically reunified into one government, one policy, one civilization. And yeah, those are things you can take from the sense, right? Another thing, how this can be implemented in New Kemet. New Kemetic spirituality. Truth, justice, education, community responsibility, and spiritual growth. You have to practice your daily routines efficiently in order for you to be spiritually sane, not only in body, mind, health is wealth. Everyone knows that saying. And that will honestly be the best thing, especially to fight off negative energies from inner, because a lot of people talk about the inner and outer sources. A lot of community principles have been listed, even though these are not all the community principles that we'll be having, such as knowledge before ego. Before you get your ego involved, or before you start feeling hurt about certain things, try to seek knowledge and solution-based and get wisdom from other people before you go based off your own ego. Knowledge before ego. Next is cooperation before division, like Caesar the Third did. Instead of getting the beef for lower and upper Egypt, he decided to come up with policies to unite them together. That is a sign of cooperation before division. And because of these policies he created, instead of them fighting and beefing with each other again, they came to a mutual understanding. And they didn't divide, so it worked, right? Environmental stewardship. Your environment is everyone's environment. That's what it's saying. Your environment is everyone's environment. Let's say, for instance, you throwing something on the ground, paper bottle, and everyone else is doing it. And you keep doing it every day, next thing you know, the whole land looks like India, no fang, no shade, no tea, no shade. Now all parts are bad, no tea, no shade. And you got a whole landfill of trash. Environmental stewardship is not only for yourself, it's for the community, and it helps the community from being filthy, honestly. I don't know what other correct term to put it. So I feel like these are important for our community principles. Like I said, these aren't all the community principles, but these will be the main ones that we discuss. Next is spiritual growth. If we don't grow spiritually, we'll always stay stuck and have some words arrested development. We won't develop the way we're supposed to develop, especially according to your age. There's a lot of people that say they're 18, but mentally they're like 30 because of the way they develop mentally and the things they believe, their practices, and the growth they achieve on a day-to-day basis. Moving along. Service before rank and status. This is a good one. Service before rank and status. A lot of people think, oh, because I'm a crown, I'm in the royal court, I'm this, I'm that, my status overweights the way I'm supposed to treat people. Wrong. Once you are in the royal court, once you do have a ranking, once you do have a status, you are always at service. Most of the people that are not in the royal court only have to work for the fucking community, like what, 3 times a week? Once you have a title, you have to be of service to the community because that's expected of you. And everyone with a title has ranking. You can't just say, oh, today I'm not going to do my duties. No, you have to be of service to the community. If somebody comes to you for help and you're the specialized at that ranking, you have to help. And that's the burden and the happiness that comes with these titles, that comes with these rankings. You can't just be, oh, I'm a scribe, travel and write this down. You can't do that. Even if you don't feel good, you have to find someone to take your place. And it can happen at any time, any moment. You have to be available anytime, any moment. Unlike commoners that work like 3-4 days a week, get paid for it, and then they go about their business. Once you have a rank, once you have a title, you are of service to the community, and it's not much you can do about it. So, like I said, service before rank. Next is truth before popularity. Truth before popularity. People with a lot of influence have the ability to guide others, to influence others, to teach others, to give others knowledge, to guide others in different directions. Truth before popularity. You have to follow your truth, even if you don't agree with the truth. You have to say and lead others with the truth versus your own popularity, versus what you believe, versus what you want. Truth is more valuable than popularity. You can have all the influence in the world. If you're not being honest to your followers, if you're not being honest to your tribe, you'll eventually lose them. Truth before popularity. Accountability before blame. That's also ties in truth before popularity. Being accountable for one's actions, being accountable and able to admit and take ownership for one's actions is something that a lot of people in this day and age refuse to do. They rather shift the blame on somebody else. They rather take the hard part or take this and that for somebody else's rather than looking in the mirror and saying, what can I change? What did I do? Did I do this? Instead of doing that, they rather blame other people. They rather shift the accountability to people who didn't even start the problem. Accountability before blame. And these are only a few community principles of movement. There's a lot more. There will be a lot more. This is just a touch, not even touch, how little basic it was. Now, back to the main. Pharaoh number 8. Amos the first. He was expelled from thrall. He expelled foreign rulers. Like I said previously, Cleopatra was a spy. The Greeks and the other Europeans did not like how popular KEMETIC Commissions were doing. They didn't like Kemet at all. They felt insuperior. And no matter how many times the Greeks invaded, stop with the teeth, take it out your mouth. You have a hand, right? Okay. No matter how insignificant we made them feel, no matter how much trade, no matter how much business it is, they felt insignificant compared to our civilization because it was clearly superior and clearly been going on all these years. So what did they do? They sent a witch. They tried to invade the military, did not work. I'm talking about the Greeks. All different civilizations tried to exploit Kemet, and it did not work. So they decided to use other ways of means to getting the job done. Send a witch from Greece, pretend to initiate her in, and let her use her magic on the gods and goddesses and the high priestess to allow her to become royal status, to allow her to become pharaoh. Even before, when Kemetic women before was pharaoh, they had a fight to become pharaoh because of their status as women. But due to her beauty magic, due to her other magic, Cleopatra was accepted in, even though she was not Kemetic by blood. And because of that, she was the last pharaoh to reign on Kemet before it was renamed Egypt. Hence why they needed her to be pharaoh, for her to have the authority to rename the civilization. Hence why they needed her to be a pharaoh, to have the authority to make and whitewash Kemet. They even changed the name because they knew they couldn't call the Kemet black land and you're white as fuck, that didn't make any sense. So they used Cleopatra in order for Kemet to be whitewashed. And a lot of people don't like why I said it, but history repeats itself. And because they did not follow the laws of Amos the First, the eighth pharaoh, who expelled foreign rulers. He knew something was going to happen due to them keep trying to invade, failing. They knew, he knew that they were going to come up with another way in. So he made a law to expel foreign rulers, non-Kemetic by blood rulers due to corruption. He was in Kemet, he ruled Kemet's most powerful empire. And he reorganized the military, he reintroduced weapons, he even created his own, such as the composite bow and horse chariot. Let me see if I can find a photo. Composite bow and horse chariot. Like this. I almost created this. You want to see those? No. The bow and horse chariot, they used for war. Keep them, look at their skin tone. Keep them on. But these are white people. These are Arabics. I love it. That doesn't make any sense. But this is what he created, introduced new weapons, created a few. And he organized, he built the whole military. Because once again, they kept trying to invade, and they kept failing, kept trying to invade, kept failing. So he had to reintroduce a military budget to have more advanced weapons because he knew they was not going to stop. It seems like they tried to invade at least once a year, and it did not work for years, centuries actually. Until Cleopatra became pharaoh. Now, with that being said, what can we learn from Pharaoh Amos the First? No foreign rulers. New Kemet will have advanced military weapons. We will try to create our own, or use the ones that we know of now in ancient technology, not in ancient technology. We will incorporate some, but we're also going to use a lot of modern technology. He also became pharaoh as a child. His father and his brother died in war, and next thing you know, he became pharaoh. He also reunified Upper and Lower Kemet, basically unifying lands instead of getting regional governments. He built massive projects after the war was over, and he encouraged the high tombs deep in the Valley of Kings. Like you saw before, you saw the tunnels, the things you walk down was like 6 feet under to see the tombs. He encouraged people to hide their tombs in the Valley of Kings because grave robbing was a thing. I think looking was a job to rob dead people's graves, specifically people that have a royal status. They used to do that really bad to the point where they had to create secret tunnels, labyrinths, tombs sealed with mud, with the mud, what's that shit? The mud, I can't even think right now, sealed with the mud things, all to avoid them. Sad. But thankfully, for now, modern technology, we don't really have to worry about that. Because there will be cameras. We're going to just tweak them so they can be tracked by, New Kemet is individuals committed to living according to principles that create harmony within themselves and their communities. That is our slogan, that is our vision, our mission statement, as we say, and that is our purpose. I'm going to say it again. New Kemet is individuals committed to living according to principles that create harmony within themselves and their communities. And that brings you back again to the unity thing. One band, one sound equals unity. All these different civilizations could not conquer Kemet. was operating as one band, one sound. When you move, we move. When I move, you move. Just like that. We work as a team. No matter the ranks, no matter the titles, we work as a team. And if we don't have that unity within each other, how are we going to get these people off our backs? And here's how. Number one, taking care of our spirituality, taking care of your mental body, your physical body. A lot of people think just going to the gym based on, oh, I'm okay. No, you have to work on your mental health as well. And it's not something you just wake up and be happy like SpongeBob. SpongeBob, I don't know why I'm saying this, SpongeBob's happiness was because of his ignorance. Once you see beyond what the world wants you to see, and you see how things should be and not how they truly are, it makes you sad because you realize that you've been living that entire fucking lie. And that's where mental health and daily repetition, meditation, journaling, affirmations come into play because those are things that help with your mental health when you feel this down. I remember when I was SpongeBob, just walking around life, happy, aimlessly, not really paying attention. Do you manifest quicker that way? Yes. But when life really hits you and you take a good look around and you notice that everything is red, everything is for a purpose, and it's 9 times out of 10 not in your favor, it makes you change. It makes you sad. And it's okay to be sad, but you just have to find the strength within yourself to get them out there. And that's why I believe following these ancient practices, morning gratitude, morning prayer, meditation, self-assessment, journaling, affirmations, acts of service, helping other people makes you feel better about yourself. Excuse me. And not only that, learning, education, respect, truth, wisdom, and justice are a big part of us. And I'm talking about this today because, like I said, I was going through myself, and I want to be as transparent as possible. People don't talk about stuff like this because of how it looks on the outside, but everybody has some things. It's what you do with it. Anyways, any questions about it? Alright, well, even though I know I had a flu poking in and poking out, I hope you have a blessed Friday. Enjoy your Friday. As no one told you, you are loved, you are happy. Now, you are happy. You are loved and you are important. Try to stay happy, try to stay positive. Fight for negativity, and you can do it by practicing ancient practices. Morning question? If people are down, they could always journal in their grateful in. Come here, tell them that. If you're mad or something, you could write it down in a letter or write it down in a journal. For example, if I was stressed or if I was sad about something, I would write it in a letter and then give it to my mom. She does a lot. Even when she's mad, I told her to go to timeout. She wrote me a letter like, "Mommy, dear mommy." And then she slid out of my door. She was like, "Dear mommy, I'm sad. I'm sorry for what I did. Please forgive me. Love, Aria." And I'll be like, "Oh, bro, now you make me feel bad. You're to me." I'm gonna do that too. So be ready. Oh, I don't want to hear it, bro. You want punishment now? You're in timeout now because you know what you did. I ain't gonna tell them what you did. If you look at them, they know what you did. I just saw 25 pass by the bus, and it means a divine message that major life changes in your life. So, anything else you want to say before we head out? Alright, have a blessed day. Stay safe. If this video thumbs up, donate and give me a coffee. I feel like I'm having a coffee breakdown. So I have my Starbucks this morning. Like I said, anything else? I want you guys to see you in the next one.